Harley Quinn, the new television show. I myself was skeptical when I first heard about it, along with the new Birds of Prey movie. This was an interesting concept, you know? Harley Quinn really did deserve her own TV show, but would I say I like it? The answer is yes. For a new viewer who wants to watch it, I'd say it's worth it. Sadly, none of the original voice actors, such as Michael Keaton and Mark Hamill, or not even Tara Strong, who isn't Harley Quinn's original voice actress, but they're not in the show. Nonetheless, it is a great TV show. I'd like to inform you, the viewer, that there isn't too much feminist energy, unlike a specific scene in Marvel we all know. I actually enjoy the TV show and feel as though it doesn't leave the viewer with any negative feelings other than that were there already. This TV show can be seen by a comic standpoint as not correct. But if you just shut your brain off and not complain about everything in the world, you'll be fine. I give the show a solid 8 out of 10. Along with the new Harley Quinn show, there is a new movie as well. Would I give it the same score as I give the TV show? No, sadly, in comparison, it comes up short. This was an interesting concept, but sadly, the way it was executed was just awful. It brings in characters that I feel if they were in the MCU, they wouldn't have been shown on screen so soon. The first movie to be in this universe was in fact Superman in 2013 with Man of Steel. But he is a simple character. Everyone knows our buddy in blue tights and his furry cosplay orphan friend. So they weren't really a stretch for the common everyday viewer, like your mommy or your daddy or your loud and proud gay cousin. I could get behind the concept of having Black Mask in a movie, on the other hand. Hell, the Black Mask is an amazing character. And being played by Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan Kenobi himself, or for you meme people out there, Lego Jesus. Now we are at the point where spoilers are going to find themselves in the video. So this is your final warning. Final warning, buddy. Alright, guys, now that those Muppets who didn't see the movie are gone, we can talk business. I thought this movie could have been good, but only being an hour and 40 minutes, this movie quite literally comes up short. I loved Mr. McGregor in this movie. I even really liked how it showed him as a clean freak. He even was about to let a girl go, but then while she was crying and upside down, mind you, she had a small snot bubble appear under her nose, which caused the Black Mask to take his offer back, and he just tells his goons to kill her. Then he pulls his gloves off in a disgusted manner and gets into his car and has his driver drive him away, as the poor soul who was almost granted her freedom screams in the background. He's the most interesting character by far in this movie, from skinning people's faces and being best friends with Victor Zsasz. I'm telling you right now, yes, Victor Zsasz. That Zsasz that kills people, then adds a small tally mark to his body. He ran so these emo girls could walk. I even love how the Black Mask, he looks at his mask from time to time in anger, then stops himself. He stops himself from putting it on. And then at the end of the movie, he gets so pissed off at Harley Quinn that he grabs his mask and puts it on and rallies his troops to kill the female protagonist in this wretched movie. Then he just blows up at the end of the movie like Dark Khan in Mortal Kombat versus DC. Then, the problems are over. The Birds of Prey team, which consists of that one girl from Scott Pilgrim versus the World, just all sit at a diner or whatever, they talk about stuff, then they decide to become superheroes. Huntress had a couple $1 billion family inheritance, which was hidden in a diamond that the child swallowed. My question is, why didn't she just, like, I don't know, have it all given to her? Like, her parents are rich. Wouldn't they compensate for their own death and make a will that would give everything to her or some guardian till she was of age to have her inheritance given to her? I don't know. But then Harley kidnaps the poor little girl who swallowed the diamond, and they become teacher and student in the way of becoming criminals. It even speaks about her parents before in the movie, and all I could think of is, what about her parents? How did they gonna feel? Kid's gone. Whoopsie. She's gone. Bye bye. And all I can say is, this movie was interesting. I would give it maybe a 4 or 5 out of 10. It wasn't terrible, but it was not a godsend by any way. I also find it funny that the entire reason this movie was made is that Jared Leto was bullied so hard that he quit the role of the Joker and let our good old friend Phoenix, Arizona take over. He had a very... This was reviewed to death, but his performance, and comparatively, was great. It was very good. Would I classify it in the same even tier as Heath Ledger? No. It's not that he didn't do good. He did good. I'd say they both did very well. It's just I can't classify them together. They both portrayed the character very differently. And for me, I love them both equally. I grew up myself with Heath Ledger's Joker, and of course Mark Hamill's Joker, who's been around for ages. And I'd have to say Heath Ledger gives a different feel to the character that is not better or worse. It is purely different. It's like driving, I don't know, driving an old sports car or a souped-up supercar, It's a different feel. One's not different from the other. I mean, yes, you can look at them differently, but I can't myself classify them. I'm the type of person who likes old sports cars, and I guess I'd have fun driving a supercar. Never driven one before, but I'd have fun with one, I guess. I don't know. But I can't classify them together because they're purely not even in the same class. Joaquin Phoenix, he portrayed the character as a sad, broken man who just wants to take care of his mother, who isn't really his mother. And he's beaten up and thrown aside, and eventually he just cracks. And he doesn't go on a big, live on Saturday night murder spree. He just does what any rational human being would do in that instance. Well, not what a rational human being would do. I take that back. He'd do what is understandable in his standpoint and his mental problems. Don't get my words twisted. It is wrong what he did in the movie, but again, it's just a movie. It's more different. But I've been sidetracked. He portrays the character and brings an overall tone that is different from Heath Ledger's. Because Heath Ledger's was the Joker. It was the Mark Hamill, eccentric, but darker. It wasn't as dark as... I couldn't say that his character wasn't portrayed dark enough and it was Kitty, I'd have to say that it was, I believe, in a PG-13 movie. Thus, for he couldn't exactly kill babies, but what he did was pretty dark. He did some interesting stuff, and that, for me, still is just a part of the core of the character. But how does this play all back to Jared Leto? Well, it kind of doesn't. But everyone compared his Joker to the other Jokers. And sadly, I feel as though if we didn't have such beautiful Jokers before and after, would his Joker be seen differently? Yeah. I mean, look at Iron Man. How many people portrayed Iron Man? Maybe one other person other than Robert Downey Jr. And probably most of my audience won't even remember. How many people portrayed Captain America? One other person. Most of my audience wouldn't remember. How many people portrayed the Black Mask? One other person in the Red Hood. And he portrayed a different version. Would I say either are bad? No. They're both great. They portray different versions of the character. But there's not a lot of competition. The thing with the Joker is there have been so many before. Yes, voice actors and live action actors and yada yada blah blah. It's just they portrayed differently. Can I say the 1960s Joker is better than Heath Ledger's Joker? No. Can I say Heath Ledger is better than the 1960s Joker? No. Can I say Jack Nicholson is better than, I don't know. Can I say he's better than any of the other Jokers? No, I cannot. But there have been so many that have brought such beauty to the role that everyone bullied Jared Leto. Thus, he quit the DC Universe and this movie was made. Do I think he wasn't really giving his all? Yeah, I think he didn't give his all. I wish he did. I really do. But he just wasn't giving his all. I don't know if he feels like he was, but it wasn't what we needed, what we wanted from the character. This wasn't the Joker. This was a byproduct of the Joker's insanity. Someone's rendition, not the madness itself. Which could be seen as the Robin theory, but I digress. In total, I would rate the Harley Quinn TV show an 8 out of 10. Birds of Prey, 5 out of 10. And poor Jared Leto's performance, 3.5 out of 10. Would not recommend. But that's it. That's all for now, folks. If you liked the video, please like, favorite, and subscribe. The name's Zebrig the Gamer, after all. That's, if you don't know it, but you probably do. But, that was stupid. Like, favorite, and subscribe. And, if you didn't like it, I guess there's that one button for that. But, it doesn't really help anything. But if you liked it, like, favorite, and subscribe. I've said it before. And click that bell notification to know when a new video is posted. And tell your friends, too. I need subscribers. Anyway, that's all for now, folks. I'll be seeing you. Your Uncle Zebrig is signing off.